we are back for another lesson. And just like in the past, we are going to be focusing again on the legend of rock, paper, scissors. But today, what we're going to focus on is character motivation. Now, this is something we have spent a lot of time on, especially through our novel study with The Lightning Thief. So today, it's just going to kind of be a review of that, and I'm going to show you what the character motivation graphic organizer looks like and how to maneuver through that, how to fill that out, and hopefully help you out as you're working on that same graphic organizer for holes. Okay, so here we go. First off, we need to make sure we remember what motivation is. Remember, the motivation is the why. Why a character decides to think, act, feel, or speak in a certain way. So we have to ask ourselves, what do they want? Okay, so if I know what a character wants, I know their why. Why are they thinking that way? Why are they acting that way? Why are they feeling this way? Why are they speaking this way? Why are they upset? Why are they happy? Whatever it is, if I know their why, if I know their motivation, how they're thinking, acting, feeling, and speaking makes so much more sense. Remember, the motivation is what they want. Why are they doing those things? So, some examples. I keep going back to The Lightning Thief because that was the one we just got done with. We've all read it. We're all on the same page with it. But I remember we had a really big discussion about this. When Percy lost his mom to the Minotaur, he was devastated. And as he's working through those feelings at Camp Half-Blood, he kind of starts picking up on this idea that maybe his mom's really not dead. Maybe there's a chance to save her. Maybe she's in the underworld. He's not really sure, but he has this little inkling that he can go after her and he can save her. So when he's offered the quest, he knows it's going to go to the underworld where his mom is. And there's even a line in the book that says that, he didn't care about the lightning bolt or Zeus or his dad. He cared about his mom. And so his motivation for going was to save his mom. So everything he does along the way, all of his choices, how he's thinking, acting, feeling, and speaking through the rest of the novel, all come back to this idea of, I want to save my mom. So that was his motivation. So what I asked you to do today in holes, which you're actually going to do multiple times. We're going to do the same graphic organizer over and over and over again, just with different characters. I'm asking you to tell me who they are, and then tell me what they want, and then tell me how it influences how they're thinking, acting, feeling, and speaking. So if you're watching this video right after the first week of holes, then I've asked you what Elia wants. Later on, we're going to talk about the warden. We're going to talk about Stanley. We're going to talk about Zero. Okay, so we're going to come back to this graphic organizer multiple times. But today I'm going to fill out this graphic organizer for The Legend of Rock, Paper, Scissors. Okay, so the character I'm going to focus on today is Rock. I've focused on Scissors already, so I want to give Rock his due. So my character I'm going to focus on today is Rock. So you see here in my first box, I've typed in Rock. Now, I know anytime I see a question, I read it carefully, I count question marks, and I make note of keywords, okay? What does the character want? One question, I'm focusing on the character Rock, and this keyword right here is want. What does Rock want? So if I go back to that read aloud that we listened to, and I think about Rock, I think about how he fought the clothespin, he fought the apricot, and it said, "Smushing you has brought me no joy." And it's because he wants to find a worthy opponent. He wants to find someone that can beat him. Okay, he doesn't want to keep winning these really easy fights. He wants someone who's going to give him a run for his money. Okay, so when I say, what does the character want? Rock wants to find someone that can beat him. He won't be happy until he finds a worthy opponent. So now that I know how Rock, like what is driving Rock, what he wants, okay, he wants to find someone who can beat him, I'm going to ask myself, how does this make him act? How does this make him think or speak? And how does this make him feel? So how does this make Rock act? Well, he searches and battles everything he can find. He battles the clothespin, he battles the apricot. When he finally comes across scissors and paper, he battles them as well. But I wanted to back up my answer with some text evidence. So I went back to the book, and this is a line that I pulled out here. It said, "The battle had been too easy, so Rock left the tree in search of a worthy foe." So he's going searching for someone he can fight. Okay, this proves that him wanting to find someone he can beat is influencing how he's acting. So how does this make him think or speak? Well, I put this in the same box because I feel like they tie together really easily. And so Rock is saying some really mean things. We don't get an insight on how he's thinking very much, but we do get to see what he's saying. And I picked the part where he came up to the apricot and he says, "You, sir, look like a fuzzy little butt." And he's saying these things because he wants to fight. And he's thinking, if I rile Apricot up, he's going to fight me. Because it all goes back to what he wants, someone who can beat him. Okay, he wants a worthy opponent. So he's saying, his speech, what he's speaking, are these mean things to try to find a worthy opponent. And then how does this make Rock feel? I said he's upset that every fight is too easy. He wants to find someone that gives him a run for his money. And when I was making this inference, I went back to this line right here. It says, "And yet smushing you has brought me no joy." And this is right after he fought Apricot. And he's sitting on top of Apricot. Apricot's all smooshed. And Apricot says, "I am smooshed." And he's saying, "And yet smooshing you has brought me no joy." And this tells us that even though he won, right? He's a big warrior. He's not happy because he wants someone who can beat him. And so this motivation right here of wanting to find a worthy opponent influences all of these things that he goes through to try to find someone who can beat him. So it influences the way he's acting, how he's thinking and speaking, and how he's feeling. And so again, kiddos, we're going to fill out this graphic organizer many, many times. And come back to this video, take a screenshot of this if you need to, put it on your desktop so you can come back and look at it. But we're going to come back to this one multiple times. So, like always, if you have questions, let me know. Get your parents to send me a message on Remind, on our Facebook group. We can set up a one-on-one Zoom meeting. We can FaceTime. We can call. Whatever it is that you need, just let me know. I love you guys. I miss y'all so, so much. I want to hear your voices, so let me know if you need something, and I can't wait for our next Zoom. Good job, kiddo.